Today on TNT Big Show, why isn't the media talking about the PlayStation DualSense drift? All today on TNT Big Show. Hello, ladies and gentlemen, this is me, Michelle Nantucket.
And this is Sean.
Welcome to TNT Big Show, and let's get right to the article. And real quick, a lot of you are not subscribed to our channel. Please subscribe if you watch and like our content. It's free. And ring the bell so that way it'll give you a notification. Okay, here we go. Now, we did a video about this before, but we wanted to wait a while to see if the situation got better. It hasn't. The PlayStation 5 DualSense controller is still drifting a lot. There are subreddits on PlayStation Reddit about how bad the DualSense controller is drifting. And not just that, but it does it fairly quickly. So, my question is, where are the articles? Where are the lawsuits?
If this was Nintendo, this would be on the video game media, would make a CNN news style channel 24/7, pounding Nintendo. Why do they hate gamers? Why are they screwing them over? Nintendo should be shut down.
I mean, at the height of Joy-Con drift, it was supposed to be between 40 to 60% of Joy-Cons were drifting. Well, I hear it's about similar numbers with the PlayStation 5 DualSense controller. So where's the outrage? Where are the articles at? Like I said, it was around the clock, year after year, coverage of the Joy-Con drift. And you know what? I'm kind of glad, because now Nintendo is going to use the Hall effect for their next controllers. People are like, that hasn't been confirmed. Trust me, it's going to be done.
Yeah.
Because Nintendo had to fix a lot of Joy-Cons for free. That cost money. So knowing Nintendo and how tightwad they are with money, which I don't blame them, the Hall effect should be in every controller.
Yes.
There's no reason why the PlayStation 5 and Xbox controllers don't have the Hall effect.
Exactly.
There's no excuse for that. The Switch 2 controllers are more than likely going to have it. They should have it as well. See, like I said, this is what I talk about and what I don't like about the video game media. They let Sony get away with murder.
Yep, they do.
This should be talked about a lot. Here are a lot of the comments, PlayStation subreddit. Let me read these so that way you'll get an idea. Quote, I've got a standard white PS5 DualSense controller and I'm just wondering how to fix it without canned air. Mainly because I don't have any. Does anyone know how I can temporarily fix stick drift without having to use canned air? Here are some of the responses. Sony needs to be sued for creating such a e-waste product. I bet the PS1, 2, 3 controllers still work to this day, yet a PS5 controller is twice the price and lasts 1/20th of the time. Another person, agreed, this is inexcusable. I bought 3 PS5 controllers, my last one is not even a year old, and they get minimal use, yet all have stick drift. I've had to open them up and fiddle with the potentiometer, whatever, to get them working out, but it's a temporary fix. And it's also a huge pain in the butt. I've had hundreds of controllers in my life and never experienced such low quality. Ridiculous. Another person, happened to my new one that is 1 year old. Sucked, but my OG still works crazy enough and fine. I bought a second one to play with friends and wanted the black one when it came out. That first run of the black controller sucked. Not sure if I'm going to fix it or wait till Christmas when they go on sale for $34 or $49. I mean, it just keeps going. Yeah, my PS4 controller works perfectly after a bunch of years of use and accidentally dropping it more than twice. On the other hand, I've had the DualSense for like what, maybe 5 months? I believed I dropped it once, maybe tossed it on the soft sofa one or twice, and now the left stick has a very annoying drift. Another person I bought my kids their own PS5 controllers for Christmas. Both have stick drift already, 2 months after he got them. Not only does my PS1 controller work, another person, absolutely, this controller is about a year old and drifting left insane, and this method is not working. Another person, whoa, seemed like it worked for me. People talking about fixing the stick drift. I'll put the other ones up so you can read them, but there's hundreds upon hundreds of comments, thousands when you consider all of the subreddits that have been posted. Go to Blue Sky, go to X, go to Instagram. You will read thousands of messages, comments about this stick drift. I'm so sick of the video game media giving Sony a free pass.
Yes.
Nintendo is not perfect, but you know what? The media and them hold Nintendo to a higher standard than they do Sony. It's getting ridiculous.
Like I've always said, when they hold Nintendo to a standard, the standard is so high that Superman flying like a bullet still can't overcome it.
Yeah.
When it comes to Sony, it's so low that a snail couldn't go under it.
That's the truth, though, and I'm just sick and tired of it. Sony needs to fix this, and it's not just that, but like the trigger button will break, and also the battery life on this thing sucks. Big time, like 4 to 6 hour battery life, whereas the Switch and Xbox Pro controllers and stuff are about 30, 40 hours. You guys seriously need to stop buying PlayStation.
That's the only way Sony's gonna learn.
Yeah.
There's no other alternatives.
If you don't hold them accountable, this is going to keep happening. I'm sorry, but Sony needs to be held accountable, and you all just don't seem like you want to do it. The PlayStation 5 should be at 34, 35 million units, even lower, because it's been a disaster. This is not the PlayStation 4, which started out really terrible, but then got good.
Good.
I admit I was too hard on the PS4. It turned out to be a really good system. I just think the first couple of years sucked, and the last couple of years sucked. But they had about 4 really good years. This is not like the PS5, which hasn't had one good year. Not one.
Nope, not one.
Not even with Astrobot, which was one game.
Nope.
2024 was not a good year. 2022 was not. 2023 was not. 25 is sure as hell not.
For Sony, that is.
Until you guys hold them accountable, until the industry holds them accountable, you're going to keep getting
Garbage.
Sony is never going to learn. They're always going to think they can just put some slop out and you guys are going to buy it. The Portal should have flopped. But it didn't. I really thought it was going to, but I should have known better because of Sony fans. Or ponies, excuse me.
Hey, you know what, Michelle? I bet 85 to 90% of those people who bought the Portal threw it in the closet and don't even touch it.
Yeah.
That's how a lot of Sony ponies are.
Yeah, they just like, there, I bought it. It didn't flop. That's just very childish and ridiculous.
It is.
But, you know, the PlayStation DualSense controller on paper is incredible.
Yeah.
With some really innovative and cool features, but when you get it, it sucks because there's just so many problems with the controller that you just can't enjoy it. I mean, and Nintendo's going to use some of the effects that DualSense controller is using. And I think that's cool. I mean, I hope Nintendo does it better, you know, instead of the buttons breaking on people a lot. But this is not a few isolated instances.
No.
And like I said, there is no excuse. They should use the Hall effect. All of these companies should use that because it really does. It eliminates about 97% drift because the stick doesn't go down in the magnetic, doesn't collect dust and everything. That way, if your controller does get some dirt on it, it won't mess up the sensor. You can keep on playing.
Here's a little word of message. This goes to all video game fans. Nintendo, Sony, Microsoft, PC, Steam, the calculator, the Game Boy, the Crouch, whatever. Take care of your controllers. Cover them. And get a little dust brush or a paintbrush. Small, like for artists use.
Or even a Q-tip.
Yeah. Don't put nothing on the Q-tip.
Yeah.
Clean around your joysticks and stuff. Keep your controllers and your systems clean.
Yep.
That way they'll last you a long time.
Absolutely. You know, I mean, I know for a lot of this, it's just Sony's fault. But I do think there are some instances where it could have been prevented. You know, I mean, like I heard some Nintendo fans, they would set their Joy-Cons down, get a bag of Cheetos, and just start playing with all that Cheeto gunk on your hands.
Yeah.
That's going to get into the
controller. That's going to cause problems.
Right, that's going to mess it up. So, guys, you got to do your part, too. See, we said this about Nintendo, we're saying it about Sony. You know, I know a lot of the DualSense controllers are just messed up, but some of this is your fault. Don't eat Cheetos and then play your game. Don't leave the controller out. If you do leave it out and forget sometimes, just get a Q-tip or like a brush or something and clean it.
Because I know ponies hate this. They hate when I say this. Do you know what the #1 cause of drift is? It's not a mechanical failure, which they love to say it is, which it's not. It's dust. That's the #1 cause of drift. Dust.
So do your job to make sure your controllers last. You can prevent some of this. I do think a lot of the Joy-Con and DualSense drift was just bad design.
Well,
Nintendo's going to fix that. I hope with the PlayStation 6 and the next Xbox, Sony and Microsoft follow in Nintendo's footsteps and use the Hall effect.
Yep.
There really is no reason not to use it now.
yep.
This is me, Michelle Lynn Tackett.
And this is Sean.
Have a good one, ladies and gentlemen, and remember, subscribe. It's free. To the end of the video and watching it. If you like all of our videos, don't you join our other social medias like TikTok, Discord, Reddit, Instagram, Thread, X, and our WordPress blog. You can also support us by joining Patreon for as little as $1 a month, where you will get exclusive content, uncut videos, behind the scenes, watch that trailer, Jack's joke of the week, and my sports input. If you join the $25 tier, I will send you an autographed copy of The Buzzies for free. If you love horror movies and independent content, we're a great place to come and visit because we love supporting other independent creators and stuff. When you support us, you're supporting people who do all of this by ourselves. Me, Michelle, I'm the editor, I'm the director of the videos, I'm the producer, Sean's the executive producer and content creator. So thank you everybody, and please look into supporting our Patreon, as it really does help out. Just $1 a month. Thank you and have a wonderful day.